Horatio. It is Tuesday and it's the first time that I'm vlogging in a really long time. I successfully completed my thesis, for those on the internet who don't already know, and I was denied my ability to defend it presently. But that's okay, I'm working on being positive about it. The thing that I wanted to talk about today, really briefly, is something that Horatio and I discussed yesterday, but I never really went into too much detail about it. And the best way that I can think of to describe it, intellectually, let's say, and then we'll break it down. We'll break it down, because apparently we can't just, intellectualizing things is only somewhat of a thing. Anyway, so, yes. Okay, so I've been having this problem where I say something, and because I don't fit into a particular mold or box or position, I'm often put into a position without my, as though I were being ignored, let's say. As though I have no opinion that's valid here, as though the things that I'm saying don't actually allow me to be put into a liminal space. I don't really want to use that term because anyway, it's fine. So, the best way that I can think of to describe it is actually what my friend Agwib, aka The Guardian, used metaphorically to describe it. So here's the metaphor, and I think that it's problematic, but that's why I want to use it, and I really hope that we can talk about it. So, yes, let's say it is Nazi-occupied Germany, and I'm a German, and I'm walking around, and somebody comes up to me, and they say, how do you feel about the Nazis? And I say, well, I think there's some really disturbing, problematic, awful things, absolutely disgusting. But what's interesting is that there are these things, this ideal that went on, and this is what happened, and some of these things are interesting. I like how my example is lacking in detail there for a reason. Anyway, so then this person, asks me again. They're like, yeah, but are you a Nazi? As though it's impossible for us to imagine a way in which people can be in between or part of different things, and not simply be one thing in particular and therefore be secluded in that way. And the reason why I bring this up is because it hasn't just affected me on a personal level, although that is a huge part of it. I feel like when I get involved personally with people, they really want me to fit into a box, and I don't. And so often I am wrong, and that's the way that it is. And I've noticed that this is something that's been happening more and more in academia and in game studies, and that makes me really freaked out. It makes it really difficult for me to want to be part of a community, or to voice opinions, or to experiment, or to play games. If I'm constantly afraid that the things that I will talk about or share will not be heard, and I understand that this is a process of multiple types of communication, but it's really jarring to notice that I seem to be placed into a position, solidified in that position, and then disregarded. Now, the reason why this is problematic is because one cannot simply live in isolation, at least not very well. And it certainly gives a type of, not delusion, but a kind of fantasy that I think is particularly harmful. What I would like to see and have happen is for the ability to communicate through these things. And so basically I'm just wondering, I guess, if the internet has an idea, if you, Horatio, have an idea, how maybe we can do this so that it's not quite so difficult to be heard and to hear others. Okay, bye.